Welcome to the first episode of RPO. And RPO to me is going to be my little brainchild and my little baby that I use when I want to talk about football in a way that I want to talk about football. A lot of you might not know this, but I always say I like to talk about the nuances of football and I like to talk about a lot of different variations of things when it comes to football. And so I thought on this YouTube channel every Tuesday, why not create a space where I can talk about things the way that I want to talk about things. I'm calling it RPO because in RPO, we all know RPO means run pass option and you have options. And so on this show, on every Tuesday, I will release an episode of RPO and it will be about the thing that I want to talk about for the week, something that I've seen in football, something that's on my mind in football, or just really something that I want to get off my chest and talk about. In February, what I decided to do is just hit record and start recording whatever my analytics told me on YouTube that my audience wanted to hear. And I would just talk about that topic. And so what I learned through that is I liked being spontaneous and I liked talking about things that just came up. So that is what I'm going to do on my RPO show every Tuesday. And I thought, why not? It's football season, right? I have Colorado, I have Texas, I have Steelers, I have all this other stuff. So why not add something else to my plate and add a new show that I want to do, that I want to record for? So that is what this is. So the show is called RPO. You might be asking, what does RPO stand for? My members are currently deciding on which name they like better and what they think sounds better. So I wanted to start the first episode with talking about something that I have said on my live before and talking about something that I just want to reiterate because it is a perfect time for me to talk about these things. So let me roll the clip that I had on my live and then I will come back and talk about it. Watched certain people reach their ceiling last year. We watched it. So I'll use Texas for an example. So because no one is triggered when I talk about Texas. Everyone's triggered when I talk about all the other teams. Anthony Hill Jr. might be the best linebacker in college football. Maybe, okay? What if last year I watched Anthony Hill Jr. reach his ceiling? Now, his ceiling is pretty damn good, okay? Cool. But what if he's not getting better than what he was last year? What if? What if Colin Simmons' freshman year was as good as he's going to be? What if a 10-sack season is as good as I'm ever going to get from Colin Simmons? Well, that's pretty damn good, right? Cool. But I can't say that because he got 10 last year, this year he's going to get 15, and then next year he's going to get 20, and then the next year he's going to get 25. He's probably not staying 4 years, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody's team right now is not getting better. Everybody's transfers aren't getting better. Everybody's draft picks aren't going to work. That's not how this goes. That is not how this goes. Obviously, I wanted to put this one here because I feel like as the season gets started, we're all going to watch week one and we're all going to have these major reactions where they're going to have our team is going to the playoffs, our team is the number one ranked whatever, or we're going to have these lows where it's like, oh man, we're probably not as good as I thought we were. I don't think the highs of what you see in week one matters, and I don't think the lows that you see in week one are going to matter. I believe that when you're looking at football, when you're analyzing football, you need to look at the average. Don't look at the best or the worst. Look at what was consistent. What was consistent amongst the game? I don't think anyone plays at their peak on every single down, on every single play, on every single possession. Because that doesn't happen, if you take the average of the body of work, I think that's going to tell us a story to start our foundation. That doesn't necessarily mean that your team is going to be that throughout the season, but that's going to give you a foundation. So I think for week one, instead of making these huge assumptions, whether we win or lose or whatever goes on, I think it's important to realize that week one is our foundation and we're going to work on building. Again, not too high, not too low. What did our team do consistently? As a fan of somebody who is a Texas fan who is playing Ohio State and also a Colorado fan watching Colorado play Georgia Tech, no matter what happens in those games, I'm not going to make big assumptions. Mainly because it's going to be one game and one moment, and the one game and one moment isn't really going to show me how the season is going to go. But I'm going to use that game as a marker. And so I think it's very important because all offseason I have heard everybody say, we have a new coach, so we're going to be better. We have new guys, so we're going to be better. We got so-and-so out of the transfer portal, so we're going to be better. This team now has played together for an additional year, so they're going to be better. I don't necessarily believe that to be true. I don't think that just because you're with the team longer, you're going to be better, because the truth is, and I've said this a multitude of times, sometimes what we're watching is an already peaked version of a person. Sometimes we are watching their best. And so if that is their best, they have to hold their best. And if they hold their best, It's usually pretty good. But a lot of these guys, everybody's not going to the NFL. Everyone is not going to be better. Everyone is not an elite athlete. Everyone is not going to be this perfect person. I kid you not. I have heard so many different people say, oh yeah, we have 4 first rounders. We have 5 first rounders. We have 6 first rounders. We have 2 first rounders. This might be the first year we have a first rounder. The whole point of this is, I think when we make these big declarative statements and we say to ourselves, oh my God, we're going to be better because of this. We're going to be better because of this. All of those things aren't true. And just because you're getting better doesn't mean somebody else isn't getting better and is not getting better than you. I always use this analogy, and I used this example last year for Colorado. So let's take it from the top. If my team is a 1, if my team is a solid 1, okay? My team is a 1 and they get better, and my team improves and they become a 3 because they're 2 points better, so they're now a 3, okay? My 1 has gone from a 3, they've gotten better. But if I have another team and my other team is a 5, and from 5, they got better and they became a 7, they're still better than me. So if their foundation is better and their cupboard is better and they're building on better and I'm building on a 1, I might have gotten better, yes, but that doesn't mean that I'm still better than my competition. And I don't think sometimes as fans, we think about that. We think that we're the only people getting better. We think that our team is the only team getting better. We think that our coaches are the only ones that have gotten better. We think that our strength and conditioning team is the only team that's gotten better. That's not how football works. So I want to encourage you that as you're watching football in this first week, take a mental note. Take like a pen or put something down or a sticky note or something where you can actually assess what's happening in your team. I wouldn't say all or anything. I don't think a lot is decided in week 1. I think week 1 is a great opportunity for fans to take a deep breath and enjoy their teams. Enjoy your team. Enjoy the process. Don't forget to be a fan. Don't forget to be excited that football's back. Don't forget to enjoy all of the things that we have been waiting for so long because you're so focused on my team won, so now we're going to the playoffs. My team won, now we're going to the Big 12 championship. My team won, now we can beat Georgia. Like whatever that is, like let's stay and let's keep in focus that this is week 1. Let's keep in mind that everyone is not going to continue to get better. Let's keep in mind that everybody has a different ceiling than other people. Let's just keep all of that in mind when we're watching. Some people will say to me, I'm a fan. Let me be a crazy fan. If you're a crazy fan and you want to be all fanned out, this message is not for you. If you want to be fanned out, go be fanned out. However, on RPO, we are not going to be fanned out. I am going to talk about things to keep us grounded, to keep us calm, to keep us taking a deep breath. Because I don't think people do enough to just take a deep breath and everything is not a thing. Don't overreact to everything that happens. This is week 1. Enjoy week 1. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a process. This is for college football fans. However, if you're an NFL fan and you're listening to this, same messaging. It's a long season. What happens in week 1, who's on the team today might not be on the team tomorrow. What is happening this week might not happen next week because things happen. So enjoy the moment. Don't think everyone's going to be better. Don't think your team is going to be better just because you want them to be. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't look too high. Don't look too low. Look and see what the most consistent part of your team is. Because the truth is, whatever the most consistent part of your team is, that is probably the foundation of your team that you can start to see in week 1. And I'll just leave that where it is for now. That concludes my first episode of RPO. Again, I am trying something new. I'm going to do this all season. You all should know by now. The one thing that I am is consistent. I will work hard and I will try to make something work. And I think this is fun for me to do. And I don't know how this will evolve or what it will become, but I just like that I get to talk about what I want to talk about. And it doesn't have to be about my team specifically. And it's during the season and I still have an outlet. I love an outlet. Anyways, thank you for being here. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. My members are deciding on the name. If you want to become a member, I will drop the membership link in the comment section below if you want to be a part of my membership. Also, let me know what you think about the show, the idea, or any topics that you want me to cover, research, or think about for RPO. Doesn't necessarily have to be one main topic the whole show. I can actually have a show and break down the different topics, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for being here, and as always, I'll see you in my next video.